So Mark, can you tell us a bit about what we found here?
Well, what we found is really exciting. We've been able to map, we think, pretty much the whole of the monk cemetery that was laid out on this east side of the Abbey Church. We found anything up to between 450 and 500 individual grave cuts, which might account for 2,000 burials in total.
And what's important about this find?
What's important about it in all sorts of different ways. It's something which technologically has never been done before, and we've worked with Bradford University using ground penetrating radar and other geophysical techniques to map the graveyard.
So can you tell us a bit about what remains above the surface and what the scans show are beneath the surface?
Certainly. The fact that there's a cemetery here at all is not a big surprise. You normally expect a monk cemetery to be outside this, the east end of the church. And, you know, if you needed hard evidence for that, in Victorian times they found 5 grave markers like this one, which you can still see in the grass today. Some of them decorated with religious symbols, some of them plain. What the new results have shown us and been able to map for us is rank upon rank upon rank upon rank of organised graves in slightly curved lines, orientated east-west, which you'd expect from Christian burials, so that you can be on your feet and facing towards Jerusalem when the last trumpet blows. But it's really, really interesting that they are so regular and that they don't cut into each other. So that's telling us that this area would have been covered in grave markers in the life of the monastery, and that it was really important to the monks that their remains were not disturbed by later burials.
Right.
And that's really interesting because it's suggesting that they're believing in something called literal resurrection. So it's important that your mortal remains remain intact, because if they're damaged, you go through all of the rest of days after the last trumpet missing a leg, if that's what got chopped off.
Okay, gosh, okay. So since the monks left, this place has been used for all sorts of different things. What do these new discoveries mean for the place now?
Well, it's a really exciting time to take the investigation of the Abbey further. There was a lot of work done here in Victorian times about understanding the Abbey. That was refined a little more in the early 20th century. But since then, the rate at which we've discovered new things about the Abbey has slowed down. And we're now about to launch into an entirely new chapter of exploring. Well, it's almost like an iceberg, really. But there's so much more of the Abbey below ground that as of yet we can't see. So this is just the opening chapter on that journey. The thing I like best of all about these results is that it brings the monks back into the story. You know, for so long this has been about a pile of ruins
and
the past and all the damage that was done at the dissolution. And it's so exciting when you actually see this graveyard laid out here that the monks have never left. I mean, we've accounted for most of the monks that they've buried here. They've never left this place.
Still here.
But now we're back in touch with them again.